Hello, 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 and welcome to the long-awaited video where we look today at the stone miner. We are going to look at stone, iron, gold and coal separately because they have different places in our ecosystem. We're starting off with the coal miner, and in he goes to his mine where he will remain underground apart from once in a while coming out to deliver us stone. So let's get into it. As you'll remember from our geologist video, which you should check out if you haven't already, each one of these signs that says stone lots means that there are 7 deposits of stone that can be mined, and the stone miner will mine those to their entirety. He won't just mine in the place where he is, he'll mine around himself as well. He'll start mining right on his in his stone mine, but then he will spread out. Let's see how far he will spread out. Alright, so I've started with a blank slate here, and so we've got all this stone, and over here is coal, so the stone deposits are right here, and we're going to build a stone mine right here. This will be the only place that we put a stone mine, or any mine for now, and once that's built we'll allow it to mine until there's absolutely no more stone coming out, until it says no more resources found. And then we'll see what the range around the stone mine was that this guy will keep mining the stone deposits. Alright, and having let that run until there was no more stone, and then getting rid of the stone mine, we can see that the range, if this is the center one where the mine was, the range is 3 journeys away. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and he will mine all of that stone, but then beyond that won't mine any. He also won't mine anything from another plot. If there isn't stone there, he doesn't get any stone, or if there's no stone shown there. Each spot only has one type of resource. So if we had one stone mine here, he could have gotten 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 spots within a radius of 3, so he would have gotten 70 stone out of that pile. Now if we'd put another stone mine in here, obviously we would have got stone twice as quick, we would have mined a little bit further, but we wouldn't have gotten any more stone. Multiplying stone mines doesn't multiply the amount of stone you get, it divides the amount of time that you get it in. So you need to think long term versus short term. Do I want mines that are going to last for a long time and keep producing throughout the game and not clog up my economy, or do I need lots of that resource right now and I want to get as much of it as possible in as short amount of time as possible? So some things to consider with the stone mine. Let's look at the inputs and the outputs. The stone miner uses a pickaxe. He goes into his house, but he won't do anything until he gets some food, and the ratio of food to stone is 1 to 1. So 1 fish, 1 piece of bread, 1 piece of ham for every stone. So he will start working as soon as there is some food available for him to work. And as per usual, I did some observations on this, and so he'll start work about 35 seconds later. He will eat some food, and so the food will disappear from the inventory. Then 5 seconds later he will actually drop the stone, and the stone is then available. So 40 seconds from starting work to the stone being available. He will then rest for about 8 seconds. So his full work day is about 49 seconds all in all. So you can expect to get stone once in about every 49 seconds. So for our previous example, where there were 10 spots, 70 stone available, we would need 70 food to get all of that stone, and it would take 70 times 49, so about an hour to completely run out of that resource. All foods work equally well, so he works exactly the same speed whether he's eating fish, ham or bread. He does actually prefer certain foods though, which is interesting. If there's fish available, he'll eat that first, then he'll move on to bread, and ham or meat is the last thing that he'll eat, but it doesn't matter, he works equally fast eating any of them. Interestingly enough, when he's mining, he will mine in a particular order around himself. So they will go in this classic northeast, east, southeast, southwest, west, northwest. So starting in the northeast corner and circling around clockwise. Once all the resources are finished, that's it. They are non-renewable, so stone is a non-renewable resource. You can't get any more once the stone is gone. What that means is if food is scarce, you're going to want to stop food delivery as soon as he runs out of resources. You do that by destroying the mine and getting back the resources from the mine itself. That's the most efficient way to run things. You don't just want to leave all those miners, especially miners because the pickaxes are valuable, just hanging out. Once the resources are done, tear it down, spare the resources for other mines. Stone is used both as a resource for building buildings. It's actually only two resources used for buildings: the planks from the sawmill and the stone from either the stone mine or from the quarry. And then once the catapult is built, it's used as ammunition for the catapult. So you can actually use stone indefinitely because the catapult will infinitely use that resource. However, it's a limited resource, so be careful how you use it. Make sure you've got enough. Stone will also be stored in the catapult, so catapults, not really sure how useful they are, and they will use up some of your valuable resource even if they're not actually using it. So looking at the math, the stone miner will produce 73 stone per hour under optimal conditions. That's with full food, and the fisherman can get about 19 fish per hour under optimal conditions. That means that you're going to need 4 fishermen to supply 1 stone mine for the duration of his production. You're also going to need 70 food out of this, and you've only got 7 per spot in the ocean. So fishermen might be okay for early game, but they are not going to be able to cut it for the long game. That's why we're going to start looking at hunters and farms over the next few episodes. But I think that's about all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been useful, learning about the stone mine. Have a lovely day, and we'll see you in our next episode.